Hello, all my beautiful souls. Hello, this is Sherry at Soul Conscious Tarot, and this is going to be our next 72-hour reading as promised. Sorry it's a little bit late this week, but unexpected circumstances. I got stuck out of town unexpectedly because a concert I was supposed to go to on Friday got rained out and moved to Sunday, so I ended up being out of the city without all my stuff, and I was several hours away, so I didn't have anything available to film the readings. Like, I didn't plan far enough ahead. I didn't plan for the unexpected like I should have. Okay, so let's get in here and see what we have here. We have Into the Unknown, number 7. What else do we have? And if this doesn't resonate, keep in mind this is a timeless reading. And so if this isn't resonating, please go out on my next 72-hour playlist and find a title that resonates with you. And that might be the message you're meant to receive right now for your next 72 hours. Okay? 47, Sacred Pool. It's interesting. We have 7 and 7. Sevens may be important. May want to look up. Maybe 7 is your life path for some of you. What I'm getting is this interesting is like something is obscured right now. Something is really obscured. And the reason I'm saying that is if you look at this Into the Unknown card, she has got this blindfold and she's like feeling her way forward, like, trying to find her way while she's blindfolded so she doesn't see anything. And then I look at this card, and this card is like so hazy and misty and hazy, so it's like telling me there's something going on here in the next few days that we may not be aware of, or that we may not be able to fully see the picture, or see, understand like fully what may be going on, like with a situation like there. We may not be getting all the truth. We may not see very clearly when it comes to something. And funny enough, I was actually watching I like watching Steve's Love Tarot from time to time. And I think because I was watching one of his videos this weekend, I don't remember which one it was, but he was talking about the fact that I think it had something to do with the energy being, or he was picking up that, how did he describe it? That we kind of had to read between the lines when it came to something. I'm paraphrasing, and I hopefully I'm paraphrasing that correctly. Feel free to correct me down below if that's not the case. But the impression I got was like something's going to happen that we may have to read both between the lines. It may not come in completely clear, and somebody may, like, the way they act is like they do one thing but they mean another kind of thing, that we kind of have to find our way through, like read between the lines kind of thing, see through the mist, is what I'm getting here. And it's funny that I'm picking that up, so I like the fact that I'm picking up almost similar energy that he did in that reading. That was coming through, because I wouldn't have brought that up if it wasn't coming through. So let's go ahead and get our 2 clarification cards. So there's going to be something that, if you watched, I just filmed the weekly read, and it was about something unexpected coming in that comes up for review, something that needs to be resolved, before we can move forward. And so this might have play into that a little bit of the unknown, of something coming, maybe something we're not expecting, because that's kind of energy is kind of a little bit here, or here. That was strange. Okay. On repeat. Something's coming up on repeat that we need to take care of and clear. So, clarification, we have the 6 of Swords. So something that we need to put to bed, put to rest before we can move on, before we can make this journey forward. And if you look at this is almost like it's giving me that eclipse, like it's almost a new moon eclipse, new moon energy. It's a little bit of that. It's like something is coming up for review, that, repeating to end a cycle, to put something to an end so that we can move forward. 2 6s. Look at that. two sixes flanking a seven. So that is like, because that seven is that elevated energy. It's something's coming up for review, Six of Cups, nostalgia, and that was the main overarching oracle for the weekly reading, is that, it kept coming up about nostalgia, and that we want to move forward. It's funny that it should tie in, the energy should tie into that weekly reading. And it is, because it's saying something is coming up for review. And I talked about in that weekly reading of how do you want to move forward? Like what emotions, when you're manifesting your future life, the feelings and emotions that we're bringing to situations is how we're playing out, or what we're manifesting toward future situations. So we have to be careful with the energy, and like what emotions that we're pulling in when we're manifesting things toward our future. We want to have it from a very positive place. Like look at all the, like, the light and transformative energy and beauty, and like just light and glow and fun that's coming off of that card. And so it's like this person is leaving, look, see how she's leaving the dark area behind, like the clouds, the negativity, the things that make us sad, the things that make us upset, the things that were disappointments. We're leaving that in the past. I wonder, she's moving toward her happiness, toward what makes her happy, because she's learned, like, okay, I don't want this. This doesn't make me happy. But the way we bring that happiness into our lives is we focus on what makes us happy. We focus on, like, the things that bring us joy, the things that bring us happiness. And this journey is into unknown, uncharted territory, because we don't know, we're on the journey, but we don't know where we're going. All we can do is focus on today and how we feel today. How we want, when we're thinking about the future, are we thinking from a negative standpoint? Especially now, oh my gosh, I see so many people that are so worried about the state of affairs. And as long as you're focused on the negative is going to happen. As long as you're focused on the fear, it's just you're amplifying the fear in your life. If you're looking at things saying, oh, the world is in a negative place, that's what you're manifesting. You're manifesting more of that. Why would you want to do that to yourself? Why would you want to bring that into your life? You want to manifest. You want to look at the positive. Look at the things that bring you joy, that bring you happiness. Focus on those. Focus on the happiness. She's turned her back to the negative, to the fear, to the things that are not serving her. And she wants to move out of that dark energy toward the light, and to move. I just had exorcists come in. What was it? Go to the light. Go to the light. Oh, go to the light. So we should be going to the light right now. So what is light in your life? What brings you joy? What brings you happiness? Focus on those things right now. Don't focus on, the negative that's going on. Yes, there's all kinds of things that we can focus on, that we can despair about, that we can have fear around, that we can, like, woe is me, the cost of everything. There's always something you can find to complain about, or feel sorry about, or feel, like just life is miserable and horrible. But the universe is coming in with a strong energy of saying, now is the time to get out of that energy, to really start focusing on what brings us joy, what brings us hope, what brings us happiness. That's what we should be putting our mental state toward. Like, that's what we should be focusing on. Centering it around that, so that we can bring more positivity, because positivity feeds positivity. Fear and negativity feed fear and negativity. So it's what do we as a collective, we want to focus on positive things. We want to focus on positivity. That's how we're going to bring more positivity into our lives as a whole, on a collective scale. This is kind of an interesting reading. But there is something about, like, the fact that maybe because I have to tie this back to the reading between the lines, that there might be something that you discounted that's coming, like that you discounted or thought that you didn't want, that maybe you did want. Maybe you just, for whatever reason, you discounted it. And so the universe is giving you another chance to, like, even though it's kind of like, um, what do I want to use to describe this? It's like seeing something, like getting a food that on the outside doesn't look appealing, but then when you bite into it, it's like the best thing you've ever bitten into. So it's like that there might be something hidden, like that you're not seeing, that could bring you a lot of happiness, but it might be disguised. And so it's like you have to connect with your intuition and really, like, not see it at face value, like tap into your intuition, like put on the, like this person is searching without seeing. Like, don't look at what's being shown to you. Go, like, how is it making you feel? Like, even though on the surface level it may be a conflict, or it may be difficult, or it's like you may feel like you don't want it. Maybe it could be okay. A good example of this is like, maybe you're looking for love, okay? And so someone comes in, and like personality wise, they remind you of someone that made you really, really happy. But their external appearance is something that maybe is like not your type, okay, for whatever reason. So they're not your typical type of person that you go after. So you might discount it, even though like that person is making you feel really good. Like when you're around them, like they make you feel really good, but you're discounting them, or judging them, or discounting them because they're not your type. It's something to that effect. So it could be the same thing with like a job or something like that, where maybe it's not the job that you were hoping for. Maybe on paper it doesn't look pretty, but once you get into the job, it could be the perfect job for you. It's something like that, where you have to we have to kind of use our intuition right now to guide us. We have to use our feelings. Like, don't look at things at face value. Like, really read between the lines to determine if something is really for us or not. Okay? Yeah, see, Queen of Pentacles here. And we have this on Sacred Pool. So I feel like, there's something here that's trying to come in that's going to provide us more abundance, more stability. We're a little more secure in our world, whatever that is, for us. So let me give one more card here. One more clarifier on the Sacred Pool, please. One more clarifier on the Sacred Pool. Interesting enough, when I look down at this card, I don't think it is, but I got the impression, or I saw like this was a face that was blowing, like trying to blow the mist away, like trying to clear up the fog. And I know that's not what that is, but man, it looked like it just for a second. So I have to take that, because I saw like this, like I said, it looked like a face. It almost gives me like the face of death, like coming in and blowing something away, bringing clarity. Now, this is, with this being Sacred Pool, this is also emotions, because this is water. This person's laying in water, which is really like sinking into our emotions when it comes to something. And I did talk about that. It is, our emotions matter right now. Like, what we're focused on emotionally really matters, because we need to be careful what we're bringing in, what emotions we're bringing in, what we're using to manifest our future, our personal future. But that also applies on the collective scale, because the more people that are focused on negative, the like we want the collective to be kind of balanced. We need to be balanced within us, and the more we're balanced within us, the more the energies around us as a collective are going to be more balanced. And the same thing is like the more we focus on positive things, then the more positive things we're going to start seeing on the collective scale. It's like so within, so without, as above, so below. It's that micro macro type of scale, that everything individually on an individual scale does apply to the collective. Everyone is connected. Everything is connected in some way. We're all energy at the base of it. The Fool. It's perfect. Because that is that unknown journey. But what is a fool? The fool is somebody that not only takes risks, but is somebody who is, has to be confident. The fool has to be, I mean, we can think of them as naive, but they have to be confident in a way, because they have to be willing to take a risk, to jump off the cliff, to go into the unknown. So, I mean, it makes perfect sense. And it's like, we're clearing the path. Something is helping clearing the path in this energy that we're kind of in. Something's helping to clear the path that's coming up for review, to help clear the path, clear our emotional state, help clear our emotional state, so that we can be more hopeful, so that we can have. It's trying to shift our energy, is what it's trying to do. Trying to shift our energy. It's trying to provide us some clarity to something that is, that's kind of been plaguing us. It's trying to provide that clarity. Like it's trying to blow, something's coming in, trying to blow that fog, that mist out of the way when it comes to something that's bothering us emotionally. It's trying to clear that up for us, so that we can move forward, in a new way, in a different way than we've been moving in the past, that can lead more to our security, that can lead to a new destiny, a new future, something that is, because again, there's the sun, and there's another butterfly. There's butterflies here, Look at these colors, they're kind of similar. It's like really, manifesting. And it's interesting, we also here, we have kind of this new moon. Both of these kind of have that new moon, almost eclipsey kind of energy, like new moony energy, which is, I feel like there's something new moons are about new beginnings. So there's a new beginning on the horizon, but there's this one final thing, or a few things that need to be cleared up in our energy before we can go on to the next phase, before we can go on to, move forward out of this cycle and into the new cycle. And I feel like this is going to be happening. Like this stuff is going to be clearing up, as I said in the weekly reading. We're going to be clearing this stuff up, I think, while Jupiter, like during this, like the impact of this final eclipse is going to go out until in the first part of next year in 2025. And we also have Jupiter in retrograde. I think that's going to bring up, there's going to be just stuff that's going to be coming up from now until the end of the year into the first of next year, that's coming up for us to kind of, like I said, to end certain cycles, to put certain things to bed, so that we can move forward. So we can move forward in a new way, on a new cycle, in a new energy, in a different way than we have in the past. It's preparing us for that. But right now we don't see the way fully clearly, because there's things that need to be cleared up, that need to be resolved. And that's what this energy is helping us to do. But it's going to be very important to rely on your intuition. It's going to be extremely important to rely on our intuition, on our feelings, our gut feelings, because things are going to come in that are not, that are for us, that are going to be gifts, that are going to lead to our abundance, but we may dismiss them because we're taking them for face value, instead of, like it's kind of like we have to read between the lines. We have to look past the face value of something to say, is this, like, don't just dismiss something quickly, like really look at it, and understand what it is, because it could be something that could be like a diamond in the rough, that you're just not seeing the potential behind it, the value in it. And that's what the universe wants us to do, is like really use our intuition to discern whether something is really for us or not. Not what it looks like materially or on the 3D spectrum, but what does it feel like on the 5D? Is it really aligning with our vibration and who we are as a person, or who we want to be as a person, who we're moving toward, the person we want to become in the future, into the unknown, into the future. What is the life we're building for ourselves? What are we building our abundance on? There's a lot of stuff coming in here, a lot of messages, but I'm going to leave that here. So I hope this helped you in some way. I hope you got hope you got something out of it, something you're taking away from it. I thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you the very best. Much harmony and gratitude to you, my lovely friends.